game of life. Yeah, 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 yeah. Andy Kaufman and the wrestling match. Yeah, 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 yeah. Monopoly 21, checkers and chess. Yeah, 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 yeah. Mr. Fred Blassie in a breakfast mess. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's play Twister, let's play Risk. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'll see you in heaven if you make the list. Yeah, 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 yeah. So Andy, did you hear about this one? Tell me how you locked in the punch. Hey Andy, are you goofing on Elvis, baby? Are you having fun? If you believe they put a man on the moon, if you believe there's nothing up his sleeve, that nothing is cool. Moses went walking with the staff of wood. Yeah, 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 yeah. Newton got beamed by the apple good. Yeah, 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 yeah. Egypt was troubled by the horrible asp. Yeah, 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 yeah. Mr. Charles Darwin had the balls to ask. Yeah, 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 yeah. So Andy, did you hear about this one? Tell me, are you locked in the punch? Hey Andy, are you goofing on Elvis, baby? Are we losing touch? If you believe they put a man on the moon, if you believe there's nothing up his sleeve, that nothing is cool. Come on! Here's a little magic for the never believers. Yeah, 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 yeah. Here's a little ghost for the offering. Yeah, 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 yeah. Here's a truck stop instead of St. Peter's. Yeah, 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 yeah. Mr. Andy Kaufman's gone wrestling. Yeah, 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 yeah. So Andy, did you hear about this one? Tell me, are you locked in the punch? Hey Andy, are you goofing on Elvis, baby? Are we losing touch? If you believe they put a man on the moon, if you believe there's nothing up his sleeve, that nothing is cool. Come on!
had this body of music that we knew was really great, and we were really leaning on Michael to to finish it and put something really great on it. And I know that must have been just a huge amount of pressure, and it was literally the last day in the studio, not just of recording, but of mixing and everything. So we had to get it written, sung, background vocals, everything had to be put on it that day and then finish mixing it. So, I mean, the pressure was enormous, but we knew we had something that we thought would be really good, and it turned out to be.
So I took a walk around the block with my Walkman, and we were hanging out a lot with the band Nirvana. And the best way to fill up a song is to pick a word and repeat it as many times as possible. And so I decided to try to put more yes into that song than Kurt Cobain had ever put into a Nirvana song. And that's how I got the proto. Is it the pre-chorus, or what is that part in the verse? I guess
just between the lines.
Yeah, between the lines and the verse. Yeah.
For some reason, it just seemed like everything around that time, you just kind of write it, and it would just show up, and then Michael would sing something pretty quickly, and all of a sudden, you kind of go, "Oh, that's a song. Yeah, it's finished."
When I hear music that really moves me, I see a landscape, or I picture a landscape, and my job as a lyricist is to kind of people that landscape with a little story or a little narrative. So the music for me that really moves me as a fan, I see this vista, and then I have to figure out what the story is going to be within that.
That was part of the key to the success, I think, is that people could, especially in college when you're trying to find yourself and become whatever you're going to be, to have music that is incredibly emotional and evocative and powerful, and yet leaves you plenty of room to wear it as a coat or to put yourself inside it. It was the perfect combination.
Yeah, the intention was to invoke or evoke an emotion. Which one?
Evoke.
Thank you. And not so much to tell a straight narrative kind of story within the lyric. But that changed. I mean, I did change. I matured or saw that something. I'd come to the end of something that I could do as a lyricist and recognize that and then push myself to try to do something different.